Voters will likely hear a lot about the Supreme Court ruling overturning Roe v. Wade in the coming months. But will abortion be the deciding issue come November? Today, the effort to make it the deciding issue begins on Facebook and YouTube.
May well be on the verge of an era when the Supreme Court sends Roe versus Wade to the ash heap of history.
The grainy black and white digital ad from the Democratic National Committee warns pro-choice voters that Republicans have plans for abortion.
There are concerns about a possible national abortion ban from Republicans.
A statement from the Democratic National Committee says, quote, now that Republicans have succeeded in their decades-long war to overturn Roe v. Wade, they're telling voters what they have planned next, banning abortion across the country.
But abortion is not going away. It's going to be legal in many states.
But will North Carolina be one of those states? Forsyth County Republican Joyce Kravick tells WXII 12 News where she stands.
I would probably lean toward a heartbeat bill. That would be my preference.
A heartbeat bill would ban abortion in North Carolina after roughly 6 weeks. But it's not clear yet what North Carolina Republicans will do. Speaker Tim Moore issued a statement right after the Supreme Court decision saying, quote, North Carolinians can also expect pro-life protections to be a top priority of the legislature when we return to our normal legislative session in January. Right now, Republican leaders are working to restore a 20-week ban on abortion in North Carolina that was sidelined by Roe.
Emotional issues like abortion can be used by politicians and political parties to try and drive people to the polls.
We asked High Point University political scientist Martin Keifer about the impact of Roe on the midterm elections.
It remains to be seen who will be most motivated by what we've seen recently from the Supreme Court.
He says history tells us the economy, not abortion, will likely play a bigger role in the upcoming elections.
When we talk about inflation and increases in prices, so forth, those are things that people have to deal with no matter what.
Martin Keifer says that voters can expect to hear a lot of messages about abortion online, on TV, by phone, and by mail, but adds that in most cases, voters have already made up their mind about the issue. In Greensboro, I'm Bill O'Neill, WXII 12 News.